Hey guys, Eric Olson here, just out for a walk. It's a blustery day in Brooklyn. I wanted to talk a little bit about morning routines in this video. And I'm gonna share with you what my morning routine is. I'm not saying it's made me wealthy and famous or anything like that, but it's working for me right now. And I'd love to hear from you what is working for you so we can compare notes. So just a little bit of a background. I am not a morning person. So morning routines do not come naturally to me because I do not like getting up super early. I'm not like the kind of person that would sleep till noon, but I'm, 7, 8 o'clock is my ideal time to get up. And when I get up, I mean, get up and get a cup of tea and poke around on the internet and not actually do anything productive, which isn't really the best way to get your day started. So there's been periods in my life where I've had a morning routine and I haven't had a morning routine. It's definitely something I've been experimenting with since I was a teenager and started on sort of a path of self-improvement. My current morning routine that I've been working with for the last couple of months and has been working well for me goes something like this. So I wake up in the morning and set my alarm for like 6 o'clock, which is early for me, but that's the time before my kids get up so that I can kind of get a jump on them, because you never know what state your kids are going to be in when you wake up. So could be crying, could be happy, could be hungry, you just never know. So I jump out of bed and I head straight to the kitchen and grab some water. That's really important when you first wake up. If I had a little more foresight, I might put a bottle by my bed and just have it right there so I could just have something to drink right when I wake up. The next thing I do is I head into my office and I do about 15 minutes of stretching. It's a yoga routine that I got off the internet. It's specifically designed for the morning, so it's not strenuous, and it just kind of gets me stretched out, gets the blood moving. I'll link to that in the description below. It's a great video. So I do about 10 to 15 minutes of yoga. Depends on how quickly I got out of bed. And then I pull out my meditation mat and I sit in meditation for about 15 minutes. And there's all different kinds of meditation, and now there's apps that can help you. So the kind of meditation that I do is called mindfulness meditation, and that's basically Zen Buddhist meditation, and you just sit and you don't really try to think of anything, you just sit and watch your own thoughts and what comes up in your own awareness. The key with mindfulness meditation is that you don't want to pass judgment on your thoughts, you just want to experience those thoughts and feelings and just let them pass through. And sometimes that's hard, because sometimes when I'm sitting in meditation, I'll have a really great idea or I'll have an insight about something and I want to hold on to that, but I just have to trust that if it's important that my mind will come back to it, and then I just let it go. And that, like I said, that can be difficult sometimes. The next thing I do is a bit of an experiment, but it's basically, I've written out a bunch of affirmations about myself. It's sort of things that I know that I tend to say about myself that aren't that positive. And I've written out positive statements countering those negative things that I often say to myself. And affirmations have kind of gotten a bad rap because of the whole, Stuart Smalley, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. But if you have spent any amount of time in our culture, there's all kinds of cultural messages that have been seeded in your subconscious. And so the idea here is that once you've, sat in silence in a meditative state for, say, 15 minutes, your mind is very open to new messages, and you just read through those, and you are sort of implanting new messages that you want to think about yourself into your subconscious. So I spend about probably, I don't know, like I said, this has been an experiment, so maybe like 5 to 7 minutes on that. I have a list of maybe 20 affirmations, and I just go through them and I say them 3 times each. So it's a bit woo-woo, sounds a bit like magic spells or something, but it's a work in progress. So we'll see if I keep that as part of the morning routine. But so far it hasn't had any negative impact, and I don't know, maybe it's had some positive impact. You know, we'll just have to see. The next part is something I got from Tony Robbins, the sort of famous 80s self-help guru that was on all the infomercials, and I've kind of tuned him out because I thought he was kind of bogus, but you know, he's older now, and I imagine that he's sort of sifted through a lot of the stuff that's garbage, and so I think he does have some good self-help, self-improvement stuff in his repertoire. One of the exercises that he has is something that he calls priming, and it's just sort of changing your focus onto things that are positive in your life. I have a tendency to focus on things that are negative, or negative things that have happened in the past, and this is just a way to recenter your focus onto the positive aspects of your life. So he has a list of questions that you go through. What in your life are you happy about? What in your life are you excited about? What in your life do you have gratitude about, you're thankful for, etc., etc.? And it just kind of puts you in this great state of mind, so that you are focusing on the things in your life that are positive. So similar to affirmations, it's just getting you into a great mindset and forcing you to think about the things that are positive, which has a positive effect on your emotions, and it's just a great way to start the day. Okay, the final part of my morning routine is that I sit and look at my sort of best case scenario for the next 5 years. If everything went my way in the next 5 years, like what would that look like? And I just visualize that, what that would feel like, how that would look, what are the various aspects of my life and where do I want them to be. I actually have this all written out, and I have a vision board, and so that I have a very clear idea of like what direction I want my life to go. And I just spend a few minutes thinking about that. And Tony Robbins recommends that you express that as gratitude, as though it's already been accomplished. I haven't quite wrapped my head around that idea, but I think that's interesting. That way you're sort of tricking your brain into thinking that you've already accomplished those things. And so maybe it seems a bit easier. I also think it can kind of demotivate you because you're sort of tricking your brain into thinking they're already done, when you might have a lot of work to do to achieve those things that you're visualizing for yourself. So anyways, that's what my morning routine looks like. Of course, after I do all that, I get dressed and I brush my teeth and I get ready for the day in other ways, but that really gets me in a great mindset to start the day. If you found this video helpful, please like it, please share it. If you want more stuff like this, subscribe to the channel. The channel's definitely going to have more tips and tricks about video production and digital media and all that sort of stuff, but I also intend to do occasional vlogs and other lifestyle type of stuff. I'd also like to hear from you in the comments. Did you find this helpful? Are there things that you do as part of your morning routine that I'm not doing? I'd love to hear about that. Maybe I'll adopt it into my routine. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.